Hello everyone, welcome back to the Python and Pandas tutorial series. In this video, we will learn how to take user input and how to print the output to the console using Python. In this video, we will discuss about input method, which is actually used to take input from user, and how to convert the user input to different data types. And we will also see the print method again, which we are already using in different videos to print something onto the console. And we will rediscuss about formatted strings or F strings for formatted or clean outputs. We have seen this in one of the earlier video, and one of the alternative for F strings, which is dot format method. And we also cover how to take multiple inputs from console. Let us start with input method. Open your Visual Studio Code and create a new file called input output demo.py. So we will write our code in this file. For example, in the previous videos, we were seeing how to take some variables and assigning some values. Now my case is I want to take the input, or I want to assign a variable with some value that is provided by the user. So till now we are taking something like this. For example, if we have a variable called name, we are assigning it with some value like this, and we are printing the value using the print method like this. And just clear the output, clear the console, and try to run the input output demo.py. Python input output demo.py, we are seeing the output as Raja. Now instead of assigning value over here, I want to take the output dynamically from the user. How we can achieve that means comment out this and name equal to, just use the input function over here. And if you just write like this, what happens when you run the code? It is waiting on the console. It is just waiting on the console for some user input. So if you see the cursor over here, we did not see anything, like it did not print anything or it is not doing anything, but it is just waiting. And here if you give like Ramesh and hit enter, then it is saved to the variable name, and in the next line print name we got the Ramesh printed. So instead of waiting without any information on the screen, we just want to present user saying you need to give something. So we can provide a string as an argument to the input method saying please enter your name, right? So if you run this now, clear, and when you run that, you are seeing please enter your name, so that user understands, okay, I need to do some action over here, and the action is I need to enter my name. Okay, I am Raja. I provided my name, and in the next line I am printing the name simply over here. So this is how we are accepting some value from the user from the console. So we are using the input method, right? And if you see, instead of name, let us take one more example. I have num1 equal to input of enter a number, and I will take another number num2, and I will ask the user to enter another number, and I will try to print sum of num1 plus 2. If you run this, and I'll just comment out this for now so that we'll have the latest code, and save the code and run the Python script. It is asking to enter a number. I will provide 10 and another number is 20, and if you see in the output you got 10, 20. But we were usually expecting 30 to be printed by adding 10 and 20. But what went wrong here is nothing went wrong, but the value which we get from console is a string by default in Python. So if you want to work with numbers or any other data types other than strings, you need to convert those to the desired data type. Here it should be a number. How can we do that? Means whenever you are accepting the input from user, you need to convert that to the required format. So number 1 equal to integer of. So you can convert the value which is accepted using the input of enter a number. So whenever a user provides some value, it will be coming here and that will be converted to integer. Similarly, we can convert number 2 to integer, and now if you run the same code, we are seeing enter a number 10 to 10 and the second number is 20 and now we got 30. So this is how we convert the data which is received from console to the desired data types. So if you want to convert your data to floating point numbers, then that will be float of input. For example, I will clear this and instead of int, I will write to convert this to float so that we are expecting some floating point number from user and run the code, enter a number 10.5 and the second number is 5.5 and the output will be 16 because by adding 10.5 and 5.5. So this is how you can convert the user input to the desired data type. And we are already discussing about the print function. So print is a function in Python which is actually used to display some output to the console, and you can print single value or multiple values using commas. So instead of printing like this, I will uncomment the code again and comment all this. I will take a new variable called a equal to 10 or name equal to Raja, age equal to 38, and you can combine multiple values in a print function using comma. So print my name is space and I can put a comma and I can write my name comma and my age is space comma age. If you run this by clearing the output, you can see my name is Raja and my age is 38. So whenever you have multiple values to be printed using print statement, you can use all those inside the print function call by separating those with a comma. And now instead of writing multiple values like this using comma separated, we can use the concept of formatted string which we already discussed in earlier video. How that looks like is print and we can start the formatted string with F and inside the quotations you simply write my name is and here you put the curly braces inside that you can pass your variable name and my age is put the age in the curly braces. So you should be seeing the same output for both statements. If you run this, you see my name is Raja and this is because of the spaces we were using there. So here we have two spaces and if you run this now, you are seeing the same output. So you don't need to put an extra space whenever you are using multiple values in a print statement and when you are concatenating one string to some value. It is appending one space here. And now we just seen formatted string. So f string, we call this as f string or formatted string. It is some easy way to embed variables into your text. It makes the output cleaner and more readable. We have some alternative dot format method which can be used to format the output. We will write that in this way, print, and in the print method you have something like my name is and just put some empty parenthesis curly braces and my age is and put some empty curly braces and at the end dot format and provide the list of variables you used there in the same order. So if you run this, you should be seeing the same output again. See, my name is Raja and my age is 38. Here what you are doing is you are just simply passing an empty curly brace whenever you want to use some variable, and at the end you are writing dot format method and you are providing the variables in the same order you decide to print in your output. And make sure or be careful while writing the variables in the format method, because if you change the order, that disturbs your output. And of course these two are doing the same thing, and format is a bit older fashion of writing the formatted outputs. Nowadays we are using the formatted strings itself. And we will end this video by discussing one more concept called how to take multiple inputs at a time. For example, now I want to take two numbers, but I don't want to write two lines and ask user to enter a number, enter another number. I want to accept two numbers in the same line, maybe separated with a space. How can we do that? Means we can declare two variables comma separated at a time. So I have two variables x and y, and write the input statement, and in the input statement provide some information to the user, enter two numbers by space. So based on this, user will understand, okay, I need to enter two numbers and I need to put a space in between the two numbers, and whatever the input that user provides, that will be coming as a string as we discussed. So we can use the split method so that it is by default splitting based on the space. So if I print x and print y, you will see on screen we are seeing enter two numbers separated by space. So I can provide 10 space 30, and we are seeing x is 10, y is 30. Two values are printed over here. So that's all for this video. In this video we learned how to take user inputs using input function, and how to convert the value which we get from user to the desired data type, and how to get multiple inputs from user, and how to print output to the console, and how to format the output which we are printing to the console. In the next video, we will cover about strings and string methods or string functions in Python. Till then, keep practicing on the concepts we discussed till now. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe.